should have is a lot more accurate trajectory predictions all throughout our curve.
Shoot. I'm Max. I'm Patch. Here we have like a 0 stop. Okay, so using user gun 1, go down.
Where we size them up, it's called softer sausage.
Max here from LRT, and today we're just going to quickly talk about how to set up a gun profile in a Kestrel with AB. So, you've clicked on new gun, and we've got new gun. First off, you can click through gun and you can change the name, okay? Put it to whatever you want, and you've got lots of characters you can switch through there. Anyway, I'm not going to bother. From there, then we're going to put the muzzle velocity. Obviously, the muzzle velocity is something that we'd need to capture with a chronograph. However, once you know it, you can put it in here. We can change the units into feet per second or in meters per second. Simple case of just clicking left and right, change this to the velocity which you are running. I haven't got a particular gun in mind, so I'm just going to put it to something random. Okay, from there then, got drag model, right? Like it says, drag model. So we can put in either a G1, a G7, or we can put in a custom drag curve, okay? We can put in the custom drag models from the Link app. Okay, in this case, we're just going to use a G7. I'm going to go down and I'm going to put in a G7 BC. G7 BCs, by the way, we can find them either from the box ammunition or you can find them online. Okay, from there then, okay, we'll go down to the bullet weight, and in this case, we'll put in whatever grain of bullet you are using. Bullet diameter then, so the diameter of the actual bullet you're using. Again, we can change these in inches or not. I'm going to go for a 6.5 bullet, so 6.5. Go 6.5 millimeter. 0 range, so this is obviously just the range of point of aim, point of impact. In this case, yeah, I'm happy with 100 meters. Okay, you can change that into yards if need be. Bore height then, so the height over bore, so how high is the sight over your barrel. In this case, I'm happy, I'm going to stay with 6.99, but by all means you can change it in inches as well, whatever you want. 0 height and 0 offset, so this is if you've zeroed and you have an offset, or if you've put it on a different sight or an optic, or there's, for whatever reason, you're not hitting point of aim, point of impact at your 0 range, you can put these offsets in. For example, if you put on a suppressor and then that shifted your impact, then you can put that adjustment in here. Only want to put that adjustment in here if it's consistently off everywhere. And then sometimes it's worth just re-zeroing. But if you're going to be switching between optics or things in front of the optic or an inline or a suppressor or something that's changing your impact, you can put that shift in here. Twist rate, so right hand twist, okay, you can change this to whatever. This is just talking about your rifling. We can also change if it's in inch or centimeters. Okay, I'm going to work in inches and I'm going to put in my twist rate. Okay, I'm going to go for a 1 and 7. And then elevation units and windage units. Okay, so this is obviously just putting in whether you want to work in MOA, true MOA, clicks, centimeters, inches, mils. Okay, I work in mils, so we're going to go mils. And then cal DSF. Okay, drop scale factor. This is pretty much adjusting your subsonic trajectory. Next thing you want to do before you do anything is we want to true our muzzle velocity. Okay, cal MV. This is truing our supersonic range trajectory, and regardless of whether you're using a custom drag model or a G number or G form BC, it's worth doing it, because it's not necessarily just trying to find out what your muzzle velocity is, because we know what that is, we're using a chrono. The idea of using it is to try and cover up any issues that we might have had. So any inaccuracies in the information that we've put into this, i.e. we measured our height of the bore slightly wrong, for example, we can cal MV, and then what will happen is the impacts we're seeing downrange will then be represented in the Kestrel, so it can give us much better predictions. Even if you know exactly what your muzzle velocity is, think of the cal MV as a smoother to make sure that the predictions are better. So we're just going to MV, and from here, cal MV. Then it will give us a range at the top, and it's telling us where you should cal MV. Now, if you're using quite an efficient bullet, in this case using a 6.5, okay, it's going to be fairly far away. You need to get a cal MV within 90% of your supersonic range. So that's quite far out there in this case. For other firearms, you might find it's a bit closer. But in this case, it's 1171. Quite specific, but as long as we're within 10% of that. So in that case, I'm going to go to range. Okay, in this case, the nearest target I could shoot at was 1150. Okay, and I'm going to go around, I'm going to shoot at the target until I get a good group at that range, and it is bang on, point of aim, point of impact. Okay, that might mean I have to change my drop. Whatever I'm seeing in reality is what I then need to put into this. So, for example, I saw 11.8 mils of drop rather than what it recommended. It will then adjust my MV to suit that. From here, once that is clicked in, press exit, new entry, it'll ask me the new entry, and then accept, MV calibrated. Now, what we should have is a lot more accurate trajectory predictions all throughout our curve. I hope this helps. Cheers.